Hey, what's up everyone, it's your girl Brain Janee, and today I'll be doing a book tag today, pretty much since it is Tag Tuesday. And for this book tag, I was tagged by Steph from Steph's Romance Book Talk. So I am so excited to do this book tag. I'm just excited that I was tagged in general because I'm really never tagged at all. So this is amazing. So the tag that I'll be doing today is the Netflix book tag. So let's go ahead and get right into these questions that we got. So I said questions, but they're pretty much like prompts. So let me get into these prompts. So the first one is the recently watched. It's the last book you finished. The last book you finished reading. So the last book that I finished reading was well, I just finished one, but I'll talk to this one because I just finished this one too, and that is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. This is Jennifer Saint's debut debut book, and I really enjoyed this. This book pretty much deals with Greek mythology. If this is a feminist book, and it deals with mostly for the fact that in Greek mythology, women's stories were never told, especially not correctly. And for this one, this story is pretty much a retelling of Ariadne, and it's also bringing up the stories of how, you know, women were punished for men's wrongdoings, and for their actions. And that is really true. Like in Greek mythology, a lot of the women were pretty much punished, and they had these like really dramatic and like consequences for what the men had done to them, or what just a man had done. So really love this book. I gave it, I think, like a 4 out of 5, but I might as well give it a 5 because I really did enjoy it. But yeah, this is the last book that I have read. So we have this one right here, Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. And then the next one, the second prompt, it says top picks, a recommended book or books based on books you have previously read. So let me see, I have my pile already ready. So look at me, all like organized for once. So I would say for this book, I'll just do a book based on the books, you know, I previously read that I recommend, and that is Ace of Shades. I had done an entire book review for this book because it is that good. It's gossip versus Get Out, and the blurb is very accurate. When I say that, it's very accurate, and I really love this book. I love both the main characters, Chiamaka, and then we have Devon. So I really do recommend this book so much. And if you haven't seen that video of my book review, I'll leave that up above so you can check that out. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. Like, even if you don't really read a lot of YA, I think this deals with more than just young adult fiction. It deals a lot like with systemic racism, institutionalized racism. It's just real good, So highly recommend Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Yemide. So we have this one right here. Third prompt. It says, recently added, the last book you bought. So the last book that I bought is actually a graphic novel. And that is a Spider-Man graphic novel, Miles Morales Shockwaves, written by Justin A. Reynolds and illustrated by Pablo Leon. I read this to my kids, and they really loved it. They love Miles Morales because it looks like the character looks like them, so they feel like they can be anything or do whatever they want to do in life. And even with just me saying, like, you can be who you want to be, you just have to work for it and put your mind to it, and you'll do what you want. But yeah, so this is the recent book that I had gotten, and it actually came out a couple days ago, this month in June. So yeah, this one right here, love it. And then let's see, the fourth prompt, it says let's see, popular on Netflix. It says books that everyone knows about, two you've read, and 2 you have no interest in reading. So 2 books that I probably will never read is probably like ones that are that people have read and they really loved it, but they decided to not read them anymore, like the Nevernight series. I definitely not gonna read those books. I don't have any intention on reading them at all. I'm not. And also the I really thought about reading them, but I probably won't because I just can't. It's by Cassandra Clare. Like the shadow, I forget what it is. Like it deals with the ruins and all that stuff. I probably will never really read those books. But the two you've read, and let's see, the two that I've read that is popular. So I haven't read two because I just started the series, but I recently read Shadow and Bone in May, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I had this series for a while, and then I gave it to somebody else who was really interested in reading them, and then I was like, okay, maybe I'll get into it, especially with the TV series now out on Netflix. So I was like, okay, let me give it a chance. So literally I read this book and I really, really, really enjoyed it. And to the point where I have the next two books right there. And also I'll be buying the Six of Crows duology. So yeah, it's not two books, but it's one book that I definitely will continue on reading in the series because it was really good to the point. But I will say there was some points, like with Mal, one of the main characters, where he just annoyed me to the point where it was just really just terrible to bear, to be honest. Like, I'm like, boy, if you don't get yourself together. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this book, and I think it's pretty much is popular. So we got this one, Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Then, let's see, the fifth prompt, it says Comedies, a funny book. Well, I read this one. It's like little kids humor, which I really thought it was really funny. I can't think of another funny book at the top of my head. Like, I'm looking at my shelves trying to see if like I can have any recollection of anything being like hysterical. Not really, like I can't, no. I might just be thinking too hard on it, but yeah, I think I'll stick with this one. This one, yeah, it's pretty funny. It's children's humor, and I really enjoyed it. And so let's go with prompt number 6. It says dramas, a character who is a drama king or queen. Okay, let's get back to this one. Mal, he is a drama king in this book. I couldn't stand it. Like, what the freak? Like I really wanted to like jump into this book and like strangle Mal myself. So yeah, definitely a drama king. And then I will say, like an Ace of Spades, I think with the main character Chiamaka, she was like a drama queen at the beginning, but then she started like seeing things and started taking things certain, like, you know, seriously when she started to, you know, realize certain things. So she was a drama queen ish a little bit, but I think she like outgrew that within a night because of what the stuff that she was going through in this book. So yeah, so I would say Mal from Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and I would say Chiamaka was a drama queen in Ace of Spades by Farida Bike Yamide. So yeah, these two right here. So we got that one. Number 7, animated. It says a book with cartoons illustrated cover. So I'll go with my graphic novels. So we have this one, Nubia. It's a real one by Ella McKinney and Robin Smith. This book came out like a couple months ago, or this graphic novel. It is really good. I really enjoyed it. So of course it's cartoony, it's animated, and you can see like the graphics. It was just really well written, and I really, really enjoyed it that much. It's mostly about, this is where we pretty much have a black superwoman, but she's Nubia. And then you come to find out she is the sister of Superwoman. You know, so it's really funny. It's just she was taken away from Hippolyta, and Diana grew up with her mom, whereas opposed to her, she was taken away. So she was adopted. But soon enough, she does find out that she has a sister, and they have powers. They're goddesses, pretty much, superheroes. So I like this graphic novel was amazing, and also touch base with like protesting, peaceful protesting, and how like within like last year, how some of those protesting, how they were peaceful, but then you had some people like especially they were considered, you know, anyways, it was just a lot of protesting in this book, where it also demonstrates of how, you know, during this time right now, how we're still protesting on a lot of things, on a lot of issues that need to be fixed and need to be brought up constantly. That brings it up in this book, in this graphic novel, and it gets really heavy too. I will let you know, it does get heavy, but it is realistic. So yeah, so we have this one, Nubia, right here. And let's see, moving along to prompt 8, it says, watch it again. It says, a book or book series that you read or that you want to reread. I really don't have a book that I want to reread right now at this time. I can't think of a series. Like, I love the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I might read it again, but I'm not sure. But I do want to reread a blade of excuse me, right here, if you can see it, it says a blade so black and a dream so dark, that is by L.L. McKinney, where that is featuring a black Alice in Wonderland, a black Alice from Alice in Wonderland. So I might reread that because the third book's coming out in a couple of months, so I probably will read that in order to refresh my memory on what it's about. Like, I know the gist of it, but I really probably need to reread them again just to refresh my mind on it. And so, let's see, number 9, documentaries. Recommend a nonfiction book everyone should read. So, it took me a while to finish this. I was listening to it, and it took me forever to read it, or listen to it. But I guess you could say it's still reading, right? And that is Becoming by Michelle Obama. I really enjoyed this book. Like, I'm like, why? I probably am the last person on the earth that has read this book. And she even written a YA book pretty much with this. This is just a YA version that came out like a month or two ago. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I really felt like I really got to know Michelle, like, you know, when it came to, you know, when she talked about her fertility problems and how, you know, when she really thought Barack wasn't going to win and become president, it was just amazing. And just her family dynamic versus Barack's family dynamic, and how she grew up and with her brother and her mom and her dad, the close-knit family that they had. I just really enjoyed this book. So yes, if you haven't read this yet, do so. But if not, I'm probably sure you have already read it because everybody else has. But yeah, definitely pick this up whenever you can, and just pace yourself, because it is a big book, I will say, but it's worth the reading, and it's worth the time. So we have this book right here, Becoming by Michelle Obama. Then let's see, number 10, it says action and adventure, an action-packed book. I read a lot of action-packed books, especially like the Ace of Spades. This is definitely action-packed. I'm trying to think. Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Barron, right behind me, like right here. That's action-packed, in my opinion. There's a lot of books that are action-packed that I really enjoyed. The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer is action-packed. I don't want to take it all out, but it's like right here, if you can see it, like right here. And then Lore by Alexandra Bracken, that was action-packed. I really did enjoy that. I think it's mostly because it's like Greek mythology, which I have a weakness for. And let me see, I can't think of anything else that is action-packed at this time, but those are the books that I consider action-packed, and it'll keep you going, and it'll keep you want to read more of them. So we have those. And then let's see, 11 new releases. So it says a book just came out or will be coming out soon that you can't wait to read. So I have a couple of new releases that just came out, and I'm excited to read them. So I know The Other Black Girl by Zakia, I forget what her name is. I know I want to read her. I will leave that over here. I want to read this book. And then I also have these two new releases right here. We have Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. This is her third book, and I'm super excited to read this. Like, it just looks the bomb. Like, I'm all for it. And then we have A Chorus Rises by Bethany C. Morrow. This is her second book of a song from the song of a Song Below Water. So yeah, I definitely have some new releases that I'm definitely looking forward to reading this month in June. So yeah, so those are my three releases so far that I'm definitely looking forward to reading. But let's see, it says 12, it says Max, tag some people. So I'm gonna let you know right now. I don't know who has or hasn't done this tag, but if you, for instance, if you haven't done this tag, then you are officially tagged for sure. I think I definitely will be tagging Shabria Gxo. She's just been amazing. She's very supportive, and I love her channel and everything like that. I just love her, so I'm definitely going to be tagging her. Let's see who else that I want to tag, because I'm trying to figure out Brandy from Brandy's Bookshelf. I'll definitely be tagging you. You are officially tagged. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I can't think of any more people at this time. But like I said, pretty much Shabria and Brandy from Brandy's Bookshelf, I will tag them. But like I said, if you haven't been tagged and you haven't done this tag, then you are officially tagged. But that is all I have for you guys. Those are the books that I chose for these prompts. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I literally haven't done a tag in for so long, and just to be tagged to do a tag, I'm so honored, and I accepted that challenge, Steph. If you're watching, I accepted it, and I hope I killed it as best as I could. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please stay healthy and stay safe. And also, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button, that bell, to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you once again for watching, everyone. See ya.